Can you tell us about the Autism Trust in Austin?
Yes, I can. I mean, I don't want to hold everybody up here because this is about the film, but yes, maybe if anybody wants to know about it, they can. Is it a Periscope question? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, maybe John and I can talk about that on Periscope afterwards.
Okay.
I don't want to hold these people up.
Right. Sorry, I was pointing to someone. That lady there, that's right. And then there was someone further up, and then we come down here. Yes.
I mean, I think this film was about 5 hours long, then 3 hours long, and we had to get it down to 90 minutes. And that's the problem, you know, all of this. Plus, why did Billy have a freak-out attack? What made that happen? He had a gluten pizza that day, some well-meaning person took him out. We could have gone into that, we could have gone into the gut issues, but every time it was very hard for Andy to cut any of it out. I mean, there should be a documentary in the making of the documentary. There's 3 strong characters here. So it is what it is because we had to concentrate on the facts that are in the film, but maybe that's facts too, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the point is that we made it about MMR because that's the information that Thompson gave us. We wanted to avoid at all costs speculation. We wanted this film to hit the mainstream and therefore it had to be based wholly on fact. It couldn't be just us expressing our opinion. And so we didn't have anything on hepatitis B on the first day of life. He didn't give us that because he wasn't involved in those films. So I'm completely sympathetic to the notion that you should never be giving children hepatitis B vaccine on the first day of life. That may well flow from this because, as I say, I think what may come from this is we will then get more people coming forward from the CDC when they feel comfortable that they are protected as whistleblowers and saying exactly the same thing. And I think the other thing is that there's only so much at the end of a movie people can actually take on board and go away with. And if you saturate them, people will tend to get, and it's no criticism of the audience whatsoever, it's just there are a certain number of things that you can take away and say, right, what can I do? And these were the things that we reduced it to.
But also, just to say, we are editing as quickly as we can the bits that were missed out of the film, and they will be coming to you as soon as we get a break to edit those, because there's some really important extra footage that should have gone in there, but because of time.
Gentleman there.
So, one of the things you want to take away, obviously, when you said, you know, tell everyone, moms, tell your stories if you have vaccinated with your children. So, do you have since everything's so big on social media, did you start a site where those mothers and people that want to be a voice can go to?
Yeah, did you in the film you saw here as well, those clips of parents? I think there's only 450 videos on there. I mean, there's way more than 450 people. If everybody can do a glimpse of what autism's like, what happened to them, and send it into there, that will get bigger. Or send it to us. Here as well. Is it org? I don't know. My brain's not working very well.
Hashtag here this well.
Hashtag here this well. And also, otherwise send them to our daughter Bella Tommy, because she's got nothing to do. BellaTommy@gmail.com.
Okay, hashtag hear this well and BellaTommy@gmail.com. Now, there was someone, a lady there, that's right.
Last fall in my microbiology class at Tarrant County Community College, my microbiology professor made sure he dedicated a good portion of one of his lectures to introduce you, Dr. Andrew Wakefield, and your study, and he wanted to try to convince us that your study was completely fraudulent. How do you respond as a student to that, the professor who's teaching a whole class that?
Let me say, there's 3 things really. One is, let me just say, I have never, in my entire medical career, ever been involved in committing committing scientific fraud. It is extremely easy to destroy. It's extremely easy to destroy the career of a scientist. You can do that in 5 minutes, and it takes a lifetime or more, or never, to redress that balance, particularly when the people pitched against you are Rupert Murdoch's media, News International, GlaxoSmithKline, Merck, and the governments of the world. One guy and a whole lot of money. That's very difficult. What you can do is say to yourself, this is far more important. This isn't about me. It may sound like it's personal, but it's not about me at all. It's about the future of this country. It's about the children of the world. If I'm feeling sorry for myself, I see the next child with autism and I think, I don't have a problem. This child has a problem, but I don't have a problem, so get over it. 20 years later, I'm as determined as ever never to quit this fight. And when Thompson comes forward and says that a hypothesis that we gave them in 2000 turns out to be true, whether it exonerates me or not, doesn't matter. What matters is that the truth comes forward. And if your teacher has got any substance whatsoever, they will see this movie and they will change their mind. So you tell them that.
Yeah, well said.
Lady next to you, and then this gentleman down here.
I don't know if you might be familiar with Robin Goff, who's she's involved in the Autism One movement. She believes that autism is specifically rooted from parasites in vaccines. Are you familiar with this thought, and what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I've heard the story about parasites, and I don't know. All I can say is when we scoped these children, I must have been involved in examining several thousand children, working initially in London and then with Dr. Arthur Kriegsman. We saw parasites in maybe 5 children, 10 children. That doesn't mean they're not associated with the problem, it's just that it was not obvious to us. And these things are easy to see, they're easy to detect during colonoscopy, for example, but that doesn't mean that in some children they're not relevant. We do not have the evidence at this stage to say that they are, and therefore that remains a hypothesis, an interesting hypothesis, but one that I can't give you any insights into at this stage.
We've only got time for one more question.
We have one more question. And then, yes, no, I did say to this gentleman here that he could have the last question. So.
Okay, I was handed this pamphlet when I was coming into this movie. I didn't know what it was when I took it, and in here they have several different myths and facts presented, which seem to be in the exact opposite pole of what this movie is about. In here they state, and I'm reading from this pamphlet, many large studies around the world have found no link between MMR vaccine and autism. When they say many large studies, what are they referring? Because I've only heard one study that has actually said from this movie where they tampered with those results that there's been no link. So what are these other studies that they're referring to?
Did people hear that? No. Okay, let me just hold this up. This is a pamphlet this gentleman was handed coming into the movie. It has our logo on the front, the facts, and it turns out, in fact, to be from the other side, saying there have been many large studies that say that there is no link between MMR and autism. This is one of the most important studies they hold up. You've got to bear in mind, in the studies that have been done, have been conducted by the CDC or have been funded by the CDC. And as the doctor said in this, if they're lying to me about this study, what else are they lying to me about? As Thompson said himself, when they find an effect, they go into a room and they massage those data until they can make the effect go away. And one of the most egregious examples of this was the Stratton study on thimerosal, where they had a risk of 600% increased risk of autism that they managed to massage down to 0. The difference for that study is they didn't have a whistleblower. However, I value this. The reason I came to this country is that popular protest, difference of opinions, should be encouraged and entertained. So thank you to whoever put this there, because at least they're now engaged in the debate. Thank you very much indeed.
I wonder if we could. Yeah. We've got enough research.
say that first?
Yeah, I just want to say, just very, very quickly, I just want to give some polytomy advice, not Vax advice, not Dr. Wakefield advice, not whatever, anybody else's advice. But I see there are pregnant women here watching this, and thank you for coming, because I wish I had watched this when I was pregnant with Billy. My advice is please stay away from paediatricians for as long as you can. They're there just to weigh your baby, measure your baby, and vaccinate your baby. You can weigh them and measure them at home, and you don't need the vaccine. If you go and you do this, you have a very high chance at 18 months of being told that your child has autism. So please, that's my advice to you. Stay away, you don't need them.
And I'm told that there are some Vax t-shirts available outside for $20, but that